Okay, this is a Whirlpool FG model starting with FG water heater. And the problem with this model is they no longer make the thermocouple. And we got a bad thermocouple and we need to change it. Now, if you can find one, which is rare, very rare if you can find one, they no longer make them. They're $120. Now Whirlpool had them for around $100 and they quit making them. They had a problem with the consumers because they put left-hand threads here, and the idea of that was to sell you $100 thermocouple. Okay. Well, we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna show you how you can do it for $11. Okay. What you're gonna do is get you a thermostat. Oh, I'm sorry, thermocouple. This is a 24-inch thermocouple, and I got this at Lowe's, and you can see the number on it. Okay, 0362434. Okay, 24-inch. They're about $11. All right, pick one up at Lowe's. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna disconnect it here, here, and here. First off, we're gonna shut off the main valve. Okay, shut off the valve. Okay, the valve's off. We're gonna remove these. The main gas line is off over here, and the only tools you're gonna need to pull it is gonna be a crescent wrench, a 1/4-inch nut runner, which is a regular nut runner, and 11mm wrench, a number 11 wrench. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this thing. Okay. This is standard threads. Right-hand threads, I should say. These are right-hand threads. Right here is left-hand threads. So this is not going to screw into here. And forget about trying to find a coupling, an adapter piece for that. Don't waste your time. You can go online, you can go to all your hardware stores, and forget about it. Forget about finding it. You ain't going to find it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the unit. Okay, we're going to pull it out, and we're going to put this 24-inch $11 thermocouple in there, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to fix these get these threads, rather I should say, left hand, so we can put it in here. All right, and what we're going to do is the gas shut off. So we're going to take this has got to come off. This is just the striker. I call it the striker. It's the igniter. Okay, take that off. Take off the, this is the pilot. This 11mm. We're going to pull that off there. And this is the thermocouple. We're going to take that off. Take those off first, because with this crescent wrench, it makes it easier to get it in here to pull your main valve. Or your main line, I should say. Okay? Now what we're going to do is, when we pull these, we're going to pull these two off with the 1/4-inch nut runner. All right, and once our lines and everything disconnected, the whole piece is going to slide out. And on here is the burner and everything. And at that time, you can clean it up. I got another video on cleaning it up, on fixing it, pulling it out and then cleaning it, I should say. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna adapt this. I'll show you how we're gonna make this fit into left-hand threads. Okay, and I think the idea of that was to sell you a very expensive thermocouple, and then they quit making them, so now they can sell you a water heater. Okay, there was a lot of consumer complaints. I even read that there was a lawsuit to Whirlpool for doing that. Now, I don't know how true that is. Whirlpool is very expensive on all its parts anyway. So what we're gonna do, next step is gonna pull this. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna put this in its place, okay? And get that left-hand thread in there to fit. All right, we're gonna pull it now. Okay, we got the 3 lines disconnected and the igniter. It just snaps on there. You see, that's the front. The little clips on the back. Okay, this whole piece will come right out of there. Okay, there's your burner. I've already cleaned it up. Okay. And the thermocouple is right here, the inside. This outside is the pilot light. That's the, and this is the striker, or the igniter. This throws a spark, and the gas goes through here when you hold the little red valve down. Okay, we're going to take it in, and we're going to take it apart and put the thermocouple in. Okay, we're fixing to go back with the unit. Okay, there's a screen right there on the floor. And the screen needs to be cleaned with a water brush. Here's the screen right here. Okay. Already see it. It's a rectangle screen. Right here. You need to clean it real good. Okay, see that tab right there? Okay. This little slot on your burner, this little piece right here, goes into that tab. So what I like to do is start at the bottom when I put it in and lift it up. It should fall right into the tab because this has like a little ridge here, and the tab should go right in. Okay, we'll put it back together. Okay, we got lucky. Okay, it wasn't the thermocouple after all. What happened was we pulled everything apart, like I showed you, and I blew through the hose right there. And we blew through the pilot light tube with a compressed air, and a lot of trash came out. So I put it back together, and it works. So I'm gonna show you how to do the thermocoupling with the left-hand threads. Okay, now this is the old nut. Let me see if I can set this camera right. Steady. This old nut, that's the old nut, okay? So what you would do is put the new thermostat, like I showed you, on here. Just run it in the same place that this thing was run, okay? And slide the nut on the new one, the right-hand thread of the nut, just slide it down out of your way. And you take this nut right here, this fitting, this has the left-hand threads. You put it in a vise, and I'm gonna show you what grinding wheel to use. And you're gonna do is cut a slot. You're gonna take it and cut a slot into it. Okay, with the grinding wheel. And you want the slot the size of the pipe, or the tube, okay? Now this tube, you don't care about it. You can cut this if it's no good, all right? And then you cut the nut, okay? And then once the nut is cut, then you slide it over your tube, over the new tube, and all you do is just tighten it up. And that's how you change the left-hand threads. Okay, I'll show you the grinding wheel. Okay, this is how you're gonna fix that fitting. This yellow plastic bar nut represents the metal fitting, the steel fitting that has left-hand threads, okay? And it's connected to the thermocouple. and you got the wire from the thermocouple. Now you could just cut the wire from the thermocouple because it's no more good and throw it away. But what we're gonna do here, okay, we're gonna leave the wire on there in case you grinding on it and it flies off. We don't want it to fly off and lose your nut, okay, your fitting. Like I said, this is the left-hand thread. Now it's a steel fitting if you notice. The other one's brass. Like I said, you slide the other one down and you're gonna cut a groove in here, okay? And this is what you need. Just need a little grinder. Okay, this is a little DeWalt grinder. See how thin this is? See how thin this is? Okay, you want a thin wheel. Okay, it's gonna fly if I try to cut it, but and you can take it. You're gonna take it and cut a groove in it. See that little groove? You're gonna cut a groove in it that is the size of the tubing, the thermocouple tubing. And then it's just gonna slide on it. Okay, you take that skinny grinder, small grinder, and you can widen the hole after you get it going. This is plastic, so it's gonna fly. Okay, then once you got it cut the size you want, you just take it off of the tubing. Or cut the tubing and throw it away. And if you cut the tubing, it don't make any difference. You're going to throw the tubing away with the old thermocouple. Okay, that's how you do it. We were lucky that it was just dirt in the poly tube. Now, what you can do is, if you can get compressed air to your water heater, just disconnect the tube for the pilot light. Okay. Just disconnect that fitting and blow compressed air in it. Blow my mouth is not going to do much. Blow compressed air, and that should blow it out. You don't have to take nothing apart. So try that. Okay, I hope you understood that. This is the nut that you're going to cut. This won't be any more good. This tubing won't be any more good, so you don't worry about cutting it. But just leave it on there so your fitting don't go flying when you try to cut it. And cut it real easy with your saw. Okay? And the other tubing has to fit in it. But the nut should come right off. You put it on the other tubing and screw it up in there. Left-hand threads. That's how you do it. Well, I hope this helped you. How we do it here. Fix the old Whirlpool water heater with the left-hand thread thermocoupling.